In example 7, we have an indefinite integral made up of three terms, 3x and e to the 4x. To start with, we can simplify that a bit by taking the 3 outside of the integral. In this problem, we apply integration by parts with the following formula. What we do when we apply this formula is, instead of having a fairly complicated integrand here we're looking for something simpler. The order of our terms in the product are arbitrary, so we need to choose which term will be f of x and which term will be g prime x. Let's try this one to start. We'll try f of x is equal to e to the 4x and g prime x is equal to x. This implies that f prime x differentiating with respect to x will be, well, we should know that's 4e to the 4x. And we can integrate that quite simply using our reverse power rule. So that will be g of x will equal 1/2 x squared. If we have f prime x equal to 4e to the 4x and gx equal to 1/2 x squared, substituting in there, is that simpler than x times e to the 4x as an integrand? Probably not. So let's try the other combination. This time we'll have fx is equal to x and g prime x is equal to e to the 4x. Well, that implies that f prime x is equal to 1 and g of x is equal to 1/4 e to the 4x. In this case, if we have f prime x equal 1 and g of x equal to 1/4 e to the 4x, that gives us 1/4 e to the 4x is our new integrand. That's much easier to deal with than x times e to the 4x. We reject that combination and go with this one. Working with fx equaled x and g prime x equals e to the 4x, we can substitute into our formula. That will equal 3 times with a big bracket f times gx, well, that will be x times 1/4 e to the 4x minus the integral f prime x, well, that'll be 1 times g of x. G of x was 1/4 e to the 4x, and then dx, close the big bracket, it's equal to 3 times 1/4 x e to the 4x minus, we can take that quarter outside the integral, e to the 4x dx, close bracket. We have 1/4 there in both terms, so we can make that 3 on 4 x times e to the 4x minus, well, the integral of e to the 4x we found before was 1/4 e to the 4x plus c. We can simplify that a little further, so we'll have 3/4 e to the 4x times x minus 1/4 plus c.